Time for an oil change? Head to Jiffy Lube. We've got you covered. We've also got you covered when it comes to oil changes, thanks to Pennzoil Synthetic Motor Oil, getting you back on the road in a jiffy. Jiffy Lube. Leave worry behind.
Hello and welcome to Highly Questionable. This man here is my father. He's her Uber driver. She doesn't get rides here. She just saves money with him driving her around. Mina, what do you like on the show today?
We've got some more Kevin Durant social media beef.
Oh, that's good. Dale, papi.
Is Rob Pelinka right that the Lakers roster is built to challenge the Warriors?
Okay, his name is not Pelican. It should be. It would be funnier that way. But his name is Pelinka, and he's the general manager of the Lakers. And if you get LeBron James under all circumstances throughout the history of time, you are a championship contender, except for this particular time, where we have learned that if you get LeBron James and you don't get it just right around him, talking about toughness and defense, those aren't the things that are going to stop the Warriors. The only thing that are going to stop the Warriors are more players like LeBron. The Lakers only have one of them.
There is some validity to Pelinka's point because you can't beat the Warriors by being the Warriors. No team in the NBA has the personnel. And when you look at the teams that have challenged them over the last few years, the Thunder, the 2016 Cavs, most recently the Rockets, they do use a different style. The Rockets have three-point shooting, but in the playoffs they slowed the game down, forced the Warriors into ISOs, played tough physical defense. That's all true. However, as Dan just pointed out, no amount of strategy can overcome that kind of talent gap. On one side, you've got 4 or 5 All-Stars. On the other side, you've got LeBron and JaVale.
And Lance.
And Lance. And Rondo.
And Rondo. And there's where the thing falls apart.
You know, I always give LeBron a hard time. But I think that this year he has a chance.
A chance to what?
I'm only kidding. He's going to be swept in the playoff if he makes the playoff.
Oh, wow.
And Magic will be scrambling to the exits.
Magic Johnson will be scrambling to the exits is his prediction.
Should Kevin Durant get off social media entirely?
What do you mean? I want him on social media more. I want him flatly addicted to social media. If he's just going to fight with a bunch of eggs and hide in the accounts and argue with 17-year-olds, let's look at this here. So some guy on Twitter, on Instagram, on social media, just some person, some teenager puts this up. 3 elite two-way players, but don't elevate a team quite like LeBron and Steph due to their playmaking, leadership deficiencies. This is a slight, and then Kevin Durant shows up in the mentions. Let's use my father to reenact what it is that Kevin Durant said in the mentions. Go ahead, Papi.
Bro, go sweep your dorm room. You don't know hoops. Stop tagging me in this trash.
And then Bucket Center comes right back. You know you can't lead a team. That's why you're riding Steph's coattails. And then Durant can't win that exchange. He just sort of shakes his fist and keeps arguing on the internet with 17-year-olds.
So as someone who has gotten into some petty beefs on the internet, I'm not going to judge Kevin Durant. Granted, I try not to fight with teenagers, but the other day I did get into it with a guy whose avatar was a picture of someone else's car who told me to stick to sewing and, quote, pie eating contests, which, A, delicious, but B, Kevin, I understand the impulse. However, I think there's something to take away from this. You know, when KD went to the Warriors and was criticized, obviously, by a lot of fans across the NBA, people who defended him said, well, he doesn't care what they think. It's all about basketball for Kevin Durant. Does this look like a guy who only cares about basketball? It's pretty obvious that he does care about how he's perceived, and it could play into where he decides to go next.
And then you wouldn't think any of this was petty. You'd think, come to my team, big boy. You can have all the Twitter accounts you want. Just play here. Help us get an NBA that has you on another team.
Well, at least he's using his own account.
Oh, that's right. He is. He's putting his name on it. It's not one of these fake eggs. Kevin Durant is willing to go to your 17-year-old's account and put his name on it. Wait a minute.
Is flag football the future of football?
Benjamin Watson, you may have heard from him over the last 5 years or so. He's a tight end of some repute who goes on television shows and gives interviews and says interesting things because he's thoughtful. And he is saying, Mama's orders here, kids in the future are going to be playing flag football, and is the future flag football for us because we know what the health risks are more now than ever, and we know those health risks are something that many people don't want to endure, especially among children. So you're going to see something that more and more resembles flag football, even though you've been derisive about it and said, what is this? Flag football? It's going to look more and more like that over the next 20 years of science and information.
We have to accept that football is going to change. Ben Watson's not alone. A lot of pro players have come out and said they won't let their kids play. Brett Favre recently said he cringes when he sees children tackling each other, that youth football should be abolished. In 20 years, the sport is going to look different. Now, is it going to look like flag football? I don't know. But for everyone mocking the idea, I'm guessing a bunch of professionals playing flag football looks different from you and your cousins on Thanksgiving. It might be kind of cool.
Do you remember the trick that we used? Do you remember we wrapped the flags around the belt about 3 or 4 times and they couldn't pull it off you?
I do remember.
And you look like a hell of a running back.
I did. That is what we did. We kept wrapping it up. People would pull it. That guy's got amazing hips.
Is Danny Ainge right that the East is still tough without LeBron?
My father loves to call him Ainge. I correct him all the time and say it's Ainge. He continues to call him Ainge. He won't move off of the position. We all know that from now on, championships in that sport are going to feel like anticlimax because the East getting there isn't going to be as good as the West. But the top 3 teams in the East, Toronto, Philadelphia, and Boston, have a lot of similarities. They're very equal. I have no idea which one of the teams is going to come out of the East to lose in a sweep or 5 games in the West.
Yeah, Danny said it's still competitive, that some of the teams are undersold, like the Bucks and the Wizards, which really, the Wizards. Let me tell you how Danny Ainge really reacted when he heard the news about LeBron going to the West. If you were at the Celtics facility, they were partying like the Ewoks at the end of Star Wars, pulling down a statue of LeBron, dancing a yub-nub. Right now, the conversation we are having about the East and the West is whether or not the Warriors would beat a team of all-stars from the East. And that's a legitimate debate. I'd go with the All-Stars, but it's close.
That is a good debate, and I've got Golden State winning.
Well, I tell you one thing, there is a sleeper team there. There is a dark horse, the Heat with Kawhi Leonard, he's going to the headline. That's right. Yeah.
Wow.
That's right.
Wow.
That's right.
And then Melo, you had Melo all of a sudden, boom, Papi's back in the game.
Yeah.
No, not Melo. Not Melo.
Coming up next on Highly Questionable.
But in this one, Descalso comes out to pitch, and he's not a pitcher, obviously. So look at what happens here. 14-1. He's going to pitch to a pitcher.
From the show that brought you Mustard Man, a bunch of children. Oh, hey, look at that. Oh, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
He does have a future.
My son's TV show is brought to you by Audi and Heineken. Enjoy responsibly.
Ow. Yep, you guessed it. I'm a speed bump, so I've got one job. I slow you down. So imagine how I feel about Geico, who does way more. Like, not only could they save you money on car insurance, but they've been around for over 75 years, giving people fast and friendly claim service. Ow. Plus, they got a nifty mobile app that gives you 24/7 access. Ow. Just doing my job, buddy.
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
Time to play the game that solemnly swears it is up to no good. Do you question?
You give us topics and events, we question them.
Do you question if the Diamondbacks gave up on this game too early?
I'm pretty sure that this segment started with Mina Kimes yawning in the face of a national television audience. The Diamondbacks lost yesterday. They played yesterday, and it was a 19-2 game. And this was, oddly enough, in baseball, there was another game, 17-0 in the 4th inning yesterday. But in this one, Descalso comes out to pitch, and he's not a pitcher, obviously. So look at what happens here. 14-1. He's going to pitch to a pitcher. He's going to come from his position in order to pitch. Oh, no. Oh, that Colorado air. Oh, my God, that made it worse. Oh, Descalso, you bum. That guy's been, look at him, Descalso. Oh, that hurts. That's going to hurt the ERA of my career pitching stats.
Oh, his first and last pitch.
Well, don't make fun of Descalso. At least he got the ball over the plate, Not everyone can do that.
Oh, Wilbon, there it is. Yeah, when Wilbon did this. But it would have gone over the plate if the shirt hadn't been so tightly tucked into the pants. He couldn't really move everything well. Otherwise, it would have been a fastball.
That is the third time we played that this week. Let's go for 4.
Yeah, and it's the 5,000th, the historic 5,000th. Go ahead, drop the balloons and the confetti now right here. The 5,000th time we've shown that Mike Wilbon's Quest. There they have celebrated, Papi. 5,000th time in the history of this show that's been on the air 7 years. He's never noticed one of them.
Do you question if Loris Karius has fully recovered?
I'm pretty sure Mina began this segment by staring straight at her notes on a national television show. This is the Liverpool keeper, and he made a couple of mistakes. Is this guy okay? Because these are not smart plays.
For his first appearance.
And then you get this one here where you're like, oh, that's a nightmare right there. And so everybody was making fun of him. He's terrible. And then it's learned, hey, he suffered a concussion. He wasn't quite right. So then we felt bad about it. We can't laugh about this. So is this something that I'm supposed to laugh about or be very serious about? Which is it? Is it disastrous, funny? Let's see that again closer, please. I'd like to get a little closer. How bad was this? It just hit him in the chest and... Yeah, that's no good. See, that's no good.
Can't do that.
No, but I still don't know whether I'm supposed to be funny or sad here. Yeah. Is it the concussion or is he just bad?
Not a lot of space for jokes there.
Okay, no, there really aren't.
That's not the same goal. It is
the same goal. Are we going to say he had a concussion?
That's
because
right.
That's not what happened to him.
Wow.
He's just an old person.
That's right. He looked to me fine. I thought that they were a young guy and an old guy. I thought that the old guy was the one who had the concussion. Now it's the same guy. I'm really confused now. When did he get the concussion? When did he get the concussion anyhow? Well, he was wearing green on the second one. That's where I came up.
To be fair, that is true. And the hair seemed to be flowing more. It might have been a totally different guy we were making fun of that didn't have anything to do with the highlights before that.
I wasn't making fun of him. You were making fun of him.
I mean, that's actually true. I didn't know whether it was sad or funny.
So
I really took a middle ground.
He's so mean-spirited.
He's right about that. He's right.
Why can't he be positive?
You know what? I'm sorry, Papi. My bad.
The guy had a concussion. What is the guy supposed to do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You see a starch in front of him.
Dan?
Right.
Making fun of the guy with the concussion.
You go like that. You say, "Well, did we win? Did we win?" You know what I mean?
Stars.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You're in the middle of the thing and say, "Did we win? Is the game over?" You know. I raise you to be more sensitive, really.
Oh, for the love of God! You raised me to be more sensitive.
You talk.
Who is this monster?
I don't know. I don't know him. You're a total disappointment.
Oh, for the love of God. We're going to keep doing this on television? A total disappointment? I couldn't be a partial disappointment. I could have been 98% disappointment. Nope. The disappointment, it is total.
It's a dollar hot dog day. That's my kind of game, but it's dollar hot dog game.
Me too.
Do you question if someone should have told him sooner?
Okay, you may have just caught my father yearningly talking under his breath about how much he likes hot dogs. Dollar hot dogs. He said that's his kind of night, the dollar hot dog night. So let's check in here with somebody who's eating a delicious hot dog. Should they have told him sooner? My father's been here so many times, and nobody ever tells him. And then we do tell him, and it's just more mustard the next time you look.
Don't put the phone on.
Oh, someone's trying to call to tell him. Oh, they're calling to tell him. Oh, and now this guy who should be on a box of fish sticks is sitting there. Oh, look at him.
Yeah. We are running a highlight of a man with mustard on his face.
That's what we're doing.
Wonder why I yawned.
Yes. Oh, that is your big shining moment on television, sir. Your mustache is still a little bit yellow and white.
Such action.
That wasn't a mistake. I put stuff in there in case I get hungry later.
My father demands a maitre d' as soon as he comes into the restaurant. Mustard, left cheek, let's go. Horseradish, over here on the right. All shaving cream sometimes. Shaving a relish.
Do you question if this is good offense or bad defense?
Oh, Rockets Warriors. When I tell you Rockets Warriors Summer League, you're like, I want to watch some Rockets against the Warriors. Let's go to some second graders that were somewhere near this game.
From the show that brought you Mustard Man, a bunch of children. Oh, hey,
oh,
the yeah.
Are you kidding me?
He does have a future.
Sign him up.
Oh.
Sign him up. Showboat.
I'm telling you, that kid is...
That.
And
that's the whole package. Look at him.
Yes. To be fair, the other child is not trying.
Yeah, He's confused. He's too much dribbling, too much ball control.
Look at that. No, that's minimal effort.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Also, that will be the 5th starter for the Lakers next year. But
it's all part of Pelinka's strategy.
That kid number 3, he got to get my instructional video.
Oh, that's true.
That's right.
My father tried to give this to you yesterday, kids.
Yep.
That's right. For him, I cut the price. It's not $13.99 anymore. It's going to be $13.79.
All right.
That's right. What a deal. What a deal. That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
what
you
a
need some
bargain.
help on defense. You got to go high. You got to go low. 20 cents discount, but only if you call right now.
Fred Hoiberg bought it yesterday.
Before you hit the road for any vacation this summer, visit GNC. You need to stay healthy, and GNC has the highest quality solutions and supplements in the industry. GNC brand products pass up to 150 quality checks. You can be sure you're getting the best prices with GNC's price match guarantee. GNC doesn't just match prices, they beat them by $1. Or try something new. If it's not right for you, return it for a full refund. You heard it right, a full refund. This summer, live well with GNC. Exclusions apply. See an associate or GNC.com for details.
Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you'll never ever leave me from beside me, 'cause I want you and I need you. I'm down for you always. Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you will never ever leave me from beside me, 'cause I want you and I need you. I'm down for you always. My son's TV show is brought to you by Infinity, Empower the Drive, and Domino's. Order online at Domino's.com. Time to play the game that needs more cortical fluid. Wait a second. Cortical fluid.
See? Oh, no. You tell us what to watch on television tonight. We'll tell you if we're intrigued. Her rhythms are so wrong here.
On Sports Time Ohio, Yankees and Indians.
Sure. Love watching both of these teams. Trevor Bauer's a pitcher for the Indians. He's very good. Let's check in with him on how it is that he would pitch someone. Joey Votto is the someone, and he wants the perfect pitch. Here it is. Also, yes.
Grounded out tonight.
Nope.
No.
But
Wow.
it was his ground out that was a key out.
Joey Votto looks so annoying.
With 2 out in
How
the
many
6th,
pitches
there
does
were
he
2
throw?
men
Did
on
he say no 8 times?
That's a good strikeout.
No. Oh, wow. Okay. Now that one's okay. That's the perfect one. Please hit a home run.
Votto sends one sky high to center, left center. Drifting over to Michael Brantley in left field. And a 1-2-3-8. 4th time tonight, Bauer retires the side.
Okay, you think maybe it's not exciting to watch Trevor Bauer pitch and them score no runs. But if I throw in a bunch of head nods, will that make baseball better for you? Mina, are you intrigued?
Yes, it's a good matchup. And the reason why Trevor Bauer is so anxious is he knows the bullpen is the worst in baseball, a year after being the best. And I believe they actually blew that game.
Oh, wow. That was good baseball analysis. That's not what I did. Papi, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. But listen, the Indians, they need a new catcher. They need a catcher that, when he calls the signal, the pitcher throws that pitch. You know what I mean? That's what you do. That's how you cut the time of the game. You can't have a pitcher calling signals and the pitcher going, no, give me another one. Give me the other one. You spend about half an hour just on one batter. That's not right. That's what Manfred should step in and say, that's it. That catcher cannot play baseball anymore.
So it's the catcher's fault.
They say the
Okay,
catcher.
I'll tell you whose fault it is. We're sitting there saying that's moving too slow, and we got a minute of content on it, and they paid us for it.
And I didn't yawn once.
In progress on ESPNU, the NBA Summer League.
Oh, Mina's laughing. I don't know why she's laughing. Maybe because 2 days ago she buried Trae Young on this very program. Just said that he was done, that he didn't have anything in his game, couldn't get over half court, was really having trouble matching up to the size of the sport. And now look at what he did yesterday. It's the 4th quarter, and he did a lot of scoring, and he didn't do that scoring. But he controlled the game at the end with the assist. That's a good pass. Oh, that's another good pass. So Mina really overreacted on this one. Look at him just running the whole thing. Oh, so many easy baskets. Look at this. This is not ending. This is the 4th quarter, all 4th quarter.
Each of these teams with a timeout left.
Oh, Mina, apologize. Apologize to the young man.
All right, no, this is revisionist history. You were right there with me.
I may have said all those same
roasting
things.
him. And by the way, he finished minus 12 and had 5 turnovers.
That's because she continues to criticize him for no good reason. Papi, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. You know, he looked great. But can you imagine how he would look if he were playing in a league with players of his own size? You know,
yeah,
there we go. There we go.
It would look something like this, probably.
There we go. Right.
Look at this. And who's that on defense?
Wow.
Isaiah Thomas on defense, right there.
Streaming online on CBS, TKO, Total Knockout.
No, it's not a partial knockout. No, man-style total knockouts. What do we have here?
This summer, CBS is all about heart. For the first time ever. Oh, my God. Comedy sensation and Hollywood superstar Kevin Hart is coming to network television.
After TKO.
To host TV's next great competition.
The battle is on. That's broken.
I mean, what? Why? I like obstacle course television. Look, don't judge me for it. I won't be judged for it. But I will judge Kevin Hart. Say no once in a while to something, dude. Mina, are you intrigued?
I have watched that trailer 3 times and I still don't understand the premise of that show. How is it different from any other obstacle course show just because it has Kevin Hart?
Why does it have to be different than any other obstacle course show? They're all great. Papi, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Well, listen, I have some advice for the producers. Don't put this guy on your show.
What guy? Oh, that's right. Emilio Hassan. No, you gotta put him on the show. Yes, this is boom, there it is.
Yeah, I've watched this so many times. It's the hand.
Go for the rope. Come on.
It's the hand, the single hand thrusting up at the end. That's correct. Yep, there it is.
Through a graveyard of shame. The single haunting hand.
Oh, I never get tired of that.
That's all the time we have for today. No, thank you for watching.
Okay, thank you for watching. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Wait, you gotta go someplace?
No, she's not feeling well.
It's okay.
Oh, you're not feeling well? Oh, okay.
Don't worry about it. Just
Drank too much last night at that party.
Okay, drank too much at that party last night. And there it is. My father's just noticing.